On today's episode, we're going to be breaking down the newest news from Warner Bros. When it comes to the DC universe. We're going to talk about our Super Bowl commercial predictions, and a lot of details coming out for the upcoming CinemaCon. Let's get started.
This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Welcome, everyone, to Off the Break Podcast. I'm Cody. With me are Kyle and Eric.
Hello again.
Back in the routine of things.
Yeah. Trying to get back into it all.
Yeah. We're surviving the polar vortex because it's not hitting us very hard up here.
So to everyone who is freezing, we are sorry and we hope you survive.
Normally, we are very cold where we live in this part of the world, but
I'm just used to it.
It's beautiful and sunny and 40 degrees, so...
Perfect swimming weather.
Yeah. I feel like I could wear shorts compared to other parts in the country. But our hearts are with you. Stay warm, my friends. Stay warm.
Mm-hmm.
Take shelter at the movie theater.
Yeah. The movie theaters are all
very
running.
Nice.
They're warm places. Our movie theater has a fireplace in the lobby.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
The one that I never noticed until
it's never
3
used.
years after living here.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever use it.
They use it all the time. What are you talking
Do
about?
they? I never have seen it on. Well, maybe that's not true.
That's not true.
I don't
can't
see it
be
on
true.
very often.
I took a
then.
picture of it to show Eric while it was on.
Oh, did
gloriously.
you? Oh, yeah,
Trying to
you
cut
did.
costs.
That's right.
I had to go in and take a picture of it and send it to Eric and be like, see? How have you never
This
noticed it?
gigantic fireplace right next to the
It's
main
like-
walkway you have to take to get to any of the auditoriums.
It's got to be like 10 feet wide and it's like 20 feet up because
If more,
it's the
yeah.
whole roof of the lobby.
Yeah.
I just go tunnel vision.
He's like, where's my auditorium? Where's my
Yeah, I get-
auditorium?
Where's
get my-
Peter 7?
Yeah.
I get my sody pop, and then I'll just be looking at my ticket
Sody
stub.
pop.
It's
and then-
so crazy because the fireplace is 10 feet from where you get the soda.
I know, but...
Oh, it's just really warm over here. This is nice.
I really don't remember being on that often, though. So I
look at the ground a lot.
I look at the ground, just minding my own business.
Just don't talk to me. I'm at the movies.
This is business.
This is my safe space.
So speaking of movies, what are we going to talk about first today?
Ooh, where
Well,
to jump in?
I thought we'd jump in and just talk about CinemaCon because
Business first.
Yeah, industry business first.
Let's do it.
CinemaCon is put on by NATO, which is the National Association of Theater Owners. So that is the industry trade group for theater owners. If
It's
you
the
didn't know
Theater
that,
Owners Con.
Yeah.
It's their Comic Con.
it's their West Coast one.
Yeah.
It's the West Coast one. It used to be called Show West. Now it's been rebranded a few years ago
I've heard
to
that.
CinemaCon.
There was a
heard that
Show
name
East as
before.
well, right?
There's still a Show East.
Oh, it's still around? Okay.
There's still a Show
I think that's what I
East.
was thinking.
There's a lot of regional conventions as well.
Yeah.
But the big one is CinemaCon. It's in Vegas at Caesar's Palace in April, the first week in
Swanky.
April.
Ooh.
Ooh. So I go every year. I love it. It's a good opportunity to see film company reps and product for the upcoming year. And I get to see a few clients that make it down there, which is really, really fun because who doesn't like to see people in Vegas? The only time I haven't really gone the last few years is when I was pregnant because no one wants to see a pregnant lady in Vegas. That's just sad. So I skipped that year.
They're going to be in counseling down the road.
Like, let me waddle through all these slot machines. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yep.
So I'm really excited this year. I registered, got my hotel room. I'm all set to go. Got my
Nice.
flight. But so now I'm looking at the itinerary to see like, okay, what's going to happen? And Sony is sitting this year out, and they had a really good presentation last year. So
Yeah, they actually showed quite a bit last year, I
they
remember.
had Venom. They debuted Venom stuff. Venom. Yeah. So they had a good show, and I'm really surprised this year. But it seems to be like it's a corporate level decision, and it seems to be consistent across the board. Because Eric, you were saying they're not going to E3 either.
First time in history, or in E3 history. I'm not sure how long E3's been running for, but yeah, first time in that event's history that Sony is just sitting it out completely. And some people are like, what? Are they planning on maybe having their own private convention, like off-site, but no, they're not doing that either. So
Can Sony do that?
there's just, I mean, they have the product. It's weird
Well,
that they would
I
sit
guess
it out,
outside of
'cause,
movies they do, yeah.
you know,
Right.
Sony is very much has been the king of this generation of
Consoles,
True.
gaming
Yeah.
consoles.
and exclusives, you know,
Mhm.
by a very large margin.
And they really direct the game platforms
Yeah.
of how games are being developed in the future. So they
yeah.
do have the authority to get the developers to come together and do their own thing to feature their console. So
Yeah, it's weird just because, they're sitting out E3 completely. We learned that they're sitting out CinemaCon completely.
which is really surprising because they always try to make an effort.
So what are they
Yeah, and they
planning?
actually have some good stuff coming out this year too. They have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I know they talked a little bit about last year, but they still could be able to show a little bit more of that. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
they had
also the Tom
Tarantino
Hanks,
come out
Mr.
on
Rogers
stage
movie.
Last year.
Yeah, I mean, to have Tarantino come back out again, maybe. So they have, and Men in Black is also. I mean, I
yeah.
know they dropped stuff in Comic-Con of a couple of months, or not a couple of months, a couple of weeks ago even.
Right.
But even still, I would think that they would want to show some of their stuff because I think they could have a better year than people are expecting, to be honest.
Right. So I thought that was interesting and kind of a bummer because like I said, I enjoyed their presentation last year. And it means I won't get to see some of those fun people that work for Sony. And I'm kind of bummed about that because it really is a good opportunity to get together and in a fun place.
Yeah, they have good people working there too.
They do. So then the other news out of CinemaCon, it's been kind of back and forth, is this Disney-Fox merger. And there was a lot of talk that the merger would happen in March, which would be right before
Talking about
CinemaCon.
that merger for so long
I
now.
know. And so you don't know if they're having separate or combined, events.
Yeah.
They just
But-
make a skit out of it.
So-
CinemaCon.
Coming together.
That's still up in the air, but I'm guessing that they're probably going to be separate this year, which is be great. It kind of like a nice farewell
Yeah.
to Fox and
Well, I mean, Fox has enough product this year too, don't they?
that they could showcase. Yeah. They have like New Mutants and Dark Phoenix and
Alita.
Alita.
Well, that's-
Although
that's
Alita
coming
will
Alita
be
will be
after.
after, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's still early, so we don't know what else they're going to come out with. But just the stuff that I see so far,
that-
it's really not that
Did that
much.
Agatha what's it called? Murder on the Nile or something, that follow up to
Right.
Murder on the Orient Express. Is that coming out this year?
No,
Can't remember if it
I
got
don't think so.
delayed.
I think it's coming out
I
2
think it
years
was-
from now.
Yeah.
They're starting on
Okay.
casting, though.
'Cause
They've
I remember
already
they
casted
delayed
some
it,
good
but-
people.
Who have they casted?
I think they cast Army Hammer so far. That's the one name
he
that
is
pops into
really
my
good.
comes
killing
into
it.
my mind.
I need to
I
see
can
that
check for
Kenneth
you
again.
guys though.
But
Yeah, check that out. But so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Disney usually doesn't do a big presentation, but they always bring good products. So like last year, I got to see a trade screening of Avengers Infinity War.
Nope.
It was off site, but it was still like I saw it. I knew how it ended before everybody else. It was awesome. So I'm hoping that they do something similar this year because by the time CinemaCon comes around, Avengers will be out in the next couple weeks. So
Yeah, it'll probably go out.
Avengers goes out the 26th.
Oh wait, no, they're gonna release it all at once, not internationally first like they normally do.
I think last year
They
they
just
changed
announced-
it so that
Well, at least for Endgame, it's launching, I think, in the UK a day early.
Oh, it's gonna be a day early.
I
Okay.
think so.
but I think it's a global release. I think last year they backed it up a week to have a global release, and
Yeah.
I think they just are just settled on that same week this year.
Yeah, because that worked so well.
It did.
Real quick, it's Army Hammer and Gal Gadot so far.
Oh yeah,
And
Gal
that cast.
Gadot. I remember hearing that.
Mhm.
So I don't know what to expect this year, but I'm hoping that Universal, they don't have as strong a slate as they had last year, but they still have Hobbs and Shaw, which they just released a big trailer today for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
So I'm hoping that that's going to make a big presence there. Last year they had the best presentation. They had Cher come on stage and do a number
for Mamma Mia.
for Mamma
right.
Mia.
You were, yeah.
Oh my God, I was so
remember you
excited for
guys-
that.
You guys came back and you were like, "Oh my God, that was the best part." I just
Yeah.
was like,
They had
"All right, cool."
Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart moderated it. And they had their big,
Oh right,
like,
for night school, yeah.
yeah, bottles of champagne. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
just, it was so good and fun overall. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they follow.
Fun. You hear that, Eric? It's fun.
We're not talking about a specific movie here.
Yeah.
Fun's a good word.
Yeah. I had a great time. I laughed. I enjoyed it. I was pumped up. I'm looking forward to what they have this year. Warner's always puts a good one. Are
they going to be there too?
Yeah, they'll be there.
Okay.
Their presentation
something else.
is always really good. I will definitely close my eyes again if they show any It stuff, because they debuted
Yeah,
It.
they probably will.
They debuted It there.
Yeah, that's true. Either that or Super Bowl.
And I closed my eyes until it was over. And then it became such a phenomenon. I'm such a wuss. So that's okay. So yeah, CinemaCon was great. I'll be talking more and more about it as we get closer, but it's not until April, so we've got some time. But this is when you make the plans now, though.
Yeah.
or it's way more expensive later.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. Other than the interesting fact that Sony is not going to be there, it seems like all the other studios are going to be there, and there's going to be some good stuff from the majority of them coming out.
Some extra screenings.
Without Sony's presence there, or is each studio going to have like a little bit more time on average?
I don't think that they'll have more time. It's just
I don't know how the whole structure of it works.
No, they usually get about an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most to do their presentations in. So they try to do 2 of them a day, of those. And then I think this year maybe they're trying to add some more screenings, which would be wonderful. Going and seeing. I've screened Pirates of the Caribbean, the 5th one, and I saw that there. I saw Fast and Furious 8 there as well.
Fate of the Furious.
Like I said, I saw the Avengers Infinity War film.
Mm-hmm.
What else? There's been a couple, but I missed some of the other ones.
Wasn't Bohemian screened? No, it wasn't.
Mary Poppins was screened, wasn't it?
Was Mary Poppins?
No, that's
screened?
Show East.
Yeah.
Show East was the
I was
one that
thinking
screened
of
that.
Right.
Yeah.
The other guy in the office.
Yeah, and I think that's where he saw Bohemian as well.
Yeah.
He did. So I love when they bring product to the exhibitors like that. That's just so fun for us. Because not everybody
for sure.
lives in one of those major towns where you can go see the trade screenings. So it's like getting a taste of that ahead of time. You feel so special, even though you paid to be there.
Is there anything specific this year that you're wanting to see or most looking forward to?
Well, now I'm really excited about the Hobbs Shaw. I hope Dwayne Johnson gets to come out on stage with
you
Universal.
have to think that they got that planned.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's going to be their big money maker this year.
So, no, I just I like to keep my expectations down and just be kind of wowed by the presentations and let them kind of speak for themselves and get me excited in the moment, because I always walk away from those super excited about product. And then the year goes on and some of our hits and some of our misses, but this presentation always makes me excited about the product. So
okay, cool.
Nice.
I'll judge you though on how many movie stars you bring to the table. Come on, trot them out on stage. I want to see them.
Only 2 B-list actors. Come on.
Yeah, come on,
them.
everybody.
So you got anything else to say for CinemaCon, or do you just want to dive right into Hobbs Shaw since we keep
that's a good
bringing that
little
one
transition.
up?
Yeah, Hobbs Shaw, baby. That trailer this morning was so good.
It was Fast and Furious, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen any Fast and Furious movies, but I liked the trailer. I thought it was really long.
It was a little bit longer than I thought.
But, I mean, it was entertaining.
And Idris
It
Elba
was
as the
entertaining.
villain.
He
was
looked very good as a villain.
He did. So
my
charismatic.
one gripe, I feel like, because that set piece where they're like running down the side of the skyscraper was like super cool and hilarious. I was like so there for it. But I feel like they kind of showed the whole little scene.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
thought so,
they
too.
did.
Like I thought, like I wanted just like a tease, like they jump out the window and then there's like a flash of them sprinting vertically down the building.
Well, it
but
seemed like
they
they-
kind of showed the whole thing.
It kind of seemed like, this is probably my one gripe about the trailer, that when it comes to like the action pieces, like they ran on a little bit long and it wasn't cut
No,
enough,
they
so that
it's-
way, which made it feel like it was longer.
It was kind of like that extended Aquaman trailer to me. They have like these
That
really
5-minute thing,
choppy
yeah.
back and forth dialogue, quippy one-liners, silly parts, and then just like full action sequences.
Sure.
And when they're put side to side, it's like, I don't know, it felt a little weird, but
I liked it.
having never seen those characters, having
It was
never
great
seen
to
them
watch, for
speak
sure.
a line of dialogue ever,
Yeah.
I thought they looked fun. Like,
I mean,
I would watch it.
This is literally just a buddy cop version of the Fast and Furious insaneness that we have grown accustomed to.
Yeah.
Like that's really what this and I think for fans of whether it's the franchise or of Dwayne Johnson is gonna have equal enjoyment of it, and I think that's obviously the point. Like it's supposed to still feel like it's Fast and Furious, but it's just gonna be centered on these two.
Is that kind of like the tone of the Fast and Furious movies?
Oh yeah. Because
like
I mean,
they
other
each
than
have their one-liner
This
thing.
is
where,
more humorous. Definitely more humorous.
Because it seemed
You think so?
very
Oh, it
aware.
feels
It
the
seemed
same.
very aware of like how over the top and silly it was. And I know that's kind of
They're
been
pretty self-aware,
that
yeah.
series' thing since the fifth one.
I don't
He's like,
think
I'm what you call a stone cold can of whoop ass, and then whatever.
the champagne showers line broke me the first time I saw it. Like,
So I was like, okay.
I was watching it while eating my breakfast, and I nearly choked on it. It was so funny to me. Like I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
but
no,
that was hilarious.
This one's definitely more humorous and fun.
Yeah.
But I think in the main franchise, Vin Diesel's character brings a level of seriousness and this idea of like we're family and we take care of each other, which always brings down
Make a drinking game out of it.
Yeah,
Won't
but
survive.
it brings down the adrenaline and the humor to a point that hey, this is still serious and we're real characters and this is
You're still
affecting
drowning
us.
in testosterone, like
Yeah.
I was watching
Oh, without
this
a
trailer.
doubt.
yeah.
If
But
you're
to
not,
gasp
you're
for
watching
air.
it wrong.
I don't think that that's going to happen at all in this movie, which is good.
What?
You need that. You need that fun all the time.
Oh,
you
I
don't
thought you
need
meant
to-
we're not going to drown in testosterone.
Oh, that's what I
Oh.
thought too.
No.
Okay, I heard wrong.
No, you're not. You don't need that level of seriousness,
We're not going to have
I also think
Themes of
Dwayne doesn't
family?
want that as well.
right? I think he just
family's
wants-
overrated.
No.
Yeah, I just want him to say that.
That's so. I don't think he thinks that because he is very family orientated. But I think he's like, this
Oh,
is
God,
an
all the-
action movie, and
All the
I
posts
want.
about this movie, like it's nonstop. Like these four are my brothers, and we're family too. And I'm like, just stick with the cars, bro. Like take it easy. Like I'm sure it'll be a good time, but you gotta. And I was also worried about that too throughout
Yeah.
his marketing on social media. I was like, where the heck are these cars? Like I'm seeing him in doing everything but driving a vehicle. So I'm like, it's Fast and Furious, isn't it? Like, are we still in that part? But of course they still showed it.
Do you
so
think
I'll be
it'll
okay?
Do you think it'll be as like on par with the other ones, like performance-wise, financially, like
Oh,
money-wise?
I
mean,
think it could even be
'cause-
better.
Because they're
I don't know,
They
Fast
consistently
7
make so much money, especially
Fast
like
7 made
overseas.
bank.
Yeah.
Like
this
not
one,
just overseas.
Usually,
but
usually when you have
Fast
a
8 didn't
spin-off,
get there, but it
and
still did good.
who knows? Maybe those people were really like there for Vin Diesel and the other characters. I'm sure that they love these other characters, but from what I know, they're relatively newer additions to the series.
Well, it's also
At least Jason Statham is.
yeah. Jason Statham is probably the newest guy, I guess, but Dwayne Johnson really helped invigorate the franchise to be
Yeah, and he is Dwayne Johnson.
a little bit more fun and to be more of a moneymaker, but I will be curious to see if a standalone Fast and Furious movie with him will
And with
get on par to what the other ones have done, especially Fast 7. I don't think it will go there. I think it'll be close to like Fast 8 numbers.
Because even with the name, like Fast and Furious Presents is kind of small, but everyone's going to be calling it Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, a Fast and
And-
Furious movie. The title is so funny.
I know. I'm just wondering if like that little title change will affect it at all. Because people are like, is this the new Fast and Furious movie? It's like, well, no, it's a spin-off.
I honestly don't
It's
think people
kinda
will care.
is.
I don't think they'll care.
I don't know.
I think that fan base.
Wants an action, testosterone fueled, like humorous.
As long as
movie.
it's not like the first 3 movies and they focus on what the newer ones have been, if it's in that realm, I think the fans will be okay with whatever it'll be.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I've never seen
We-
them. So
Yeah,
We've
sure.
talked-
I mean, it is an interesting question though to see
Right.
like if this spin-off is going to work to the level of what these newer Fast and Furious movies have done, because they are really huge money makers.
Well, we'll have to have this conversation again after Eric's seen what we've talked about. Is he's seen one, right? You've seen the
I haven't
first.
seen any of them.
Okay, you've never seen
I
any.
know
of them.
the first one is basically Point Break with cars.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So we told Eric
That's all and I know that Paul Walker died during the making of the 7th
Yeah.
one.
So
Yes.
we told Eric that he needs to see the first one just to familiarize himself and be introduced, and then start at 5 and move and see all the rest.
Man, I don't know. I do get what you mean, because that's how I
Right.
did it when I first got introduced to the franchise. I went at 1 and then jumped to 4, and then 5 was when it got really good. But I don't know. I feel like you would be okay if you just
I hear you. I'm sure that makes sense.
But
I feel
one's
like
a
I just
classic.
need to see all of them. I kind of want to make it like a
really
2-day
skip
thing.
2 and 3.
Watch the first 4 ones,
Yeah.
and then watch like the self-aware, crazy, over-the-top next 4 ones.
It'll get you really excited for
next
this
4.
one. I think you'd be more excited for this trailer. If
I'm
you
sure.
had
Like I
seen the other
said,
ones.
It would make a little more sense.
I'm
I think.
aware of the general tone of the series from the 5th one onwards, and I love that set piece at the end of the trailer, sprinting down that skyscraper.
Yeah,
with
that one
Jason
did
Statham just
surprise me.
chilling
And then
in
when
the
it kept
elevator.
going, I was like, what is happening?
See, it went a
right
little
now?
long, but I liked what I saw.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be entertaining, that's for sure. And that's
Yeah.
what these movies strive for. And
What good placement too to play it. Like, I mean, they're playing it Friday, but not everybody's going to catch it. But they'll show that same spot during Super Bowl. I'm
I
sure
thought
it'll
for
be
sure
more
they would
condensed.
drop it on Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do they just show the trailers during the Super Bowl, or is it like
30-second versions, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I was like. It's $30
TV
million
spot,
for
yeah.
30 seconds.
So
If they
much
showed
money.
this thing, it's like a 3-minute long trailer.
Oh, God. Universal would have ran out of money. That's not true, but
See, that's what
it's
I
a
was.
lot
That's,
of money.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's a big film, they'll debut extended spot because it's all audiences. Like, that's what's so great about the Super Bowl. That's why people pay so much money, is you're getting such a huge
Yeah. No, I get
diverse
it.
audience for it.
I've never watched the Super Bowl, so I won't be seeing any of those things. But I get it.
You don't go to Super Bowl parties. You don't have to watch the Super Bowl at the party.
I've never done anything remotely Super Bowl related.
Oh, half of people that show up for the Super Bowl are just there for commercials and the halftime show, but then when the game's on, they'll tune out.
Yeah.
But that's I
Yeah,
don't know.
see, I feel like I
That's
could do
the-
that.
It's
I
just
feel
an
like I could do
excuse to
that.
have a party and
That's
it's
the
fun. And the
drinking
game,
and the eating
games are always
part.
fun to
Yeah.
watch too.
No, I could do
when
that.
the football's going, and then everybody gets stops for the commercials, and then the halftime show, and then back to drinking and eating.
I just don't have any friends either that are super big football people.
Yeah, it's also
Oh, sad.
it's also based on the circles that you run with. Like I run with more of a sports enthused circle as compared to probably Eric.
I must have run with a more sports enthused,
Yeah.
or maybe drinking enthused college crowd when I was in college.
Drinking, it's always the circles always merge when it
Right.
comes to the drinking.
Like, it was more like, are we having a Super Bowl party?
Alcohol brings
Yeah.
us all together.
Are we having an excuse to
Are
drink
we-
alcohol
We're just
today?
gonna put mattresses and pillows on the floor and just have a big TV? Yeah, we are. And food and nachos. It's gonna be great.
Oh, nachos. That sounds good. Maybe I'll
Oh.
make some of those.
Nachos for Super Bowl are
Yeah.
awesome. Beers, nachos,
Getting really hungry.
wings. Buffalo wings.
I'm excited
Come on.
Could
I'm
get some
excited
wings.
now. I'm excited for the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a good one too.
Yeah,
Two good teams.
I don't care about the football at all. None of my quarterbacks are playing, so
Who's your quarterback?
I'm still on an Eli Manning.
You're still sticking with
I
Eli.
love Eli.
Hey, that's fair though. He got
Yeah.
you guys 2 rings, so
I know. I love Eli. I don't love New York Giants. I just love Eli Manning.
Who were the 2 teams who were playing in it?
the Los Angeles, I almost said Las Vegas, the
Yeah.
Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots for a 3rd time in a row because they're just too good.
Are they going to win?
Oh, they'll probably win.
Oh, Patriots, I think, are going to win. I'd be shocked
Root for
if
the
they
Rams, but the Patriots will win. So anyway, that could bring us to our next topic if, with all this Super Bowl talk.
didn't. Right.
Yeah. What are we going to see during those coveted
Yeah,
What
Kyle.
commercial
what
breaks?
commercials?
We're going to our resonant analysis here.
Some riveting analysis.
Yeah,
on
you were
my
preparing
part.
that article for a while, and then slowly
Yeah.
but surely you started realizing, oh, they're not going to show anything.
Yeah,
Oh, they're not showing
Yeah.
anything
I
either.
was prepping for
Oh.
probably 2 weeks, and I was going through every movie that I
And
was
you're like,
seeing.
ooh, this would be good at the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. This would be good.
I was feeling pretty good, and then literally so many sites were dropping tidbits like, oh, like these studios will be playing, but studios such as I think Paramount and Warner Bros. Are not going to be showing it. I think it's Paramount that aren't going to be showing anything. I just am like,
Is it Paramount?
Shoot.
I thought it was Sony.
is it Sony?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's
Sony's.
Sony.
Oh, is it Sony? Okay, good. So
Yeah, they're
that
sitting out
that helps me
everything.
with
Yeah,
some
I
of my
thought
predictions.
The big one was going to be mostly Disney
It's going to be mostly
and
Disney.
maybe Warner's. Because those are always...
No, Warner's is out
Warner's is out?
supposedly.
But they're not going to show a Shazam trailer?
I think they're
during-
gonna wait. I think they're gonna wait a bit longer on Shazam anyway.
What?
Yeah,
Shazam comes out before Endgame. Like,
I know.
I think they
I don't think it's Shazam. Honestly, and
were they ever really aiming for Shazam to be a huge event?
I think they're gonna think this is gonna be a moneymaker for them.
Well, maybe they got excited after Aquaman did so well.
I can see it doing good. Good because most superhero movies do good.
Yeah.
Like
it's not gonna be Aquaman numbers.
Like
it's not
Ant-Man
gonna
and
reach
the
1
Wasp.
billion.
It's not the highest Marvel movie, but it's higher than most other movies.
Let me put it this way: it's gonna do better than Justice League.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna do better than Justice League.
Anybody could do better than Justice League.
Maybe, well, I don't know if it'll get close to BVS. That might be a bit of a reach, but I think it'll actually do pretty well for them. But despite Warner's supposedly not being involved, I do think Detective Pikachu and It Chapter 2 could make a play for a TV spot.
Yeah.
Because Detective Pikachu already showed one of their first TV spots during the NFC Championship 2 weeks ago, so I feel like it's not off the table for them to show
all of the movies
throughout the Super Bowl crowd.
Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds especially. But although, to be honest, I would be a little surprised because is Pokemon really like the football audience?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
do they intersect in Venn diagram? I love Pokemon. I love football.
Again, Pokemon is part of every single circle you will ever find.
Yeah, it definitely. Okay. I mean, I was just saying the sports fans that I run around with, they also are major Pokemon fans, more so than myself.
You will find, find Pokemon fans in every circle.
So I don't far removed from that. Although I'm interested.
That's why I'm telling you, it's gonna be huge.
No,
and I also think with the competition of Endgame, they're also going to be like, we need to market this because I think they're pretty confident in Detective Pikachu.
I think Endgame is just going to be a really strong first, maybe second week, and then it's going to die off. So Detective Pikachu could really is positioned well to be like the next event.
Endgame, I also think will be shown.
I would be surprised if
it's like a 50-50 split for me, but I'm pretty sure
I think it will.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know now that I think about it, because I'm pretty sure I read some things talking about how Disney is really only planning on showing they don't want to show anything past like the first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie in any of their marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And that trailer that we already saw, it probably showed most of that stuff.
They could still show that trailer again. It doesn't have to be new stuff that they show.
True.
Yeah.
Well, initially I was thinking more of a 60-40 split on it being shown, 60 being not shown, just because, like you said, they don't want to show too much and give something away.
Yeah, they know the hype's already there.
Yeah, exactly. And there's still Captain Marvel that's coming out in a month, so I think they might wait a bit longer until then to drop something.
Oh, you mean like drop it along with
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel in the theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but the more I think about it leading up to the Super Bowl, the more I do think that it could be 50-50.
Are they going to show Aladdin, do you think?
Yes.
Aladdin
needs help.
Are they going to show Toy Story?
Yes. Actually, I was just seeing on Twitter that they're hinting that something's coming Sunday.
For Toy Story.
And I dropped this article yesterday and got that right.
Nice.
I'm more and more excited for Toy Story 4.
Good call, Kyle.
Oh, I'm so smart.
Yeah. That's why you're our expert on Super Bowl commercials.
Thank you.
You bring a nice perspective.
Yeah.
Thing to be an expert in, but
one movie that I don't think people are talking about that much is Rocket Man. I think Rocket Man is gonna drop something then.
It could. I mean, Elton John just had his final, what he says is his final show at the LA Staples Center, I think last night, and he did this like
before retirement.
This is his last tour. He's not touring anymore after this. Right. So, and he lives primarily in England. Yeah. And so if he does more shows, he's probably going to stay close to home. So they're probably not coming to the US and playing these big venues anymore. So he did say it was his last show there at that venue, and that he did this like goodbye, like rise into the background saluting thing. So I wonder if if they don't show Rocket Man, just to kind of be like, and his final tour, in conjunction with that, like he leaves, but he gives us the tidbit of his career.
It could be that too. My angle on it more was that because of the success of Bohemian Rhapsody, pretty much everyone went out to see that movie, and they wanted to watch a Freddie Mercury biopic and a movie about Queen. So I feel like Paramount's going to really try to have that same success with Rocket Man, and I feel like they're going to drop like a longer tease than the one that we got a few months back to help promote that, so that way everyone sees it. Yeah, it's only a 30-second teaser. They're gonna need more, and the movie's coming out in May, so they need to start pretty soon. So I feel like this could be
Paramount always waits
entry
till the end to promote. They never do early promotions for anything.
Yeah.
But I think Rocketman looks great, and I hope that they do drop something, because the music and the everything I think would fit really well in with the Super Bowl.
What about, I didn't mention this in my article, but what about Pet Sematary? Because last year Paramount dropped the first trailer for A Quiet Place, and that came out around the same time as what Pet Sematary will be.
Part of me feels like Pet Sematary is not going to be the biggest movie.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
And I feel like, not necessarily that they know that, but, it's kind of, when you have a handful of movies, you're going to probably put all of your support behind one or maybe two. And I'd say Rocketman is definitely going to be there.
That's going to be the priority
over Pet Sematary.
You don't think that it's one of Stephen King's biggest...
it's one of his biggest stories, but like...
You don't think that's going to help? I mean, because that helped for It, I would say.
Yeah,
that
but
and the marketing.
It, like... I don't know. There are a lot of things that went into It, I feel like. Clowns being a huge one.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, because I also don't think people were that crazy about the original Pet Sematary movie. I could be wrong, but I feel like, people aren't really nostalgic about it or anything.
I don't even think people know that it's coming out now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of been
I just feel like
there.
that could help. That could definitely
I think it could help, but I feel like the Super Bowl is just too expensive to way to support that movie. They'll probably just rely on another trailer or something.
Okay. Yeah, that one I wasn't as confident on it, but I feel like that could be in there as well. But Rocketman, I think, could have the edge. I think we could see that one for sure.
So Disney is going to have several spots probably.
Yeah, lots of spots.
Warner's sitting out, although I'm sad about that because they have product to promote.
They could be lying.
It's
probably true, but they could be
Universal
lying.
is probably Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Maybe
Secret Life of Pets, but I don't
they'll
know.
probably be at Pets, I would think.
One of their trailers that they do for all the animals or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Like here's Bobo the Bird trailer or whatever character there is. I don't know.
And then who am I missing? We talked about Paramount. We think is going to be Rocketman.
Yeah.
Well, who am I missing?
I just can't imagine there being more than like
Fox.
5.
I mean, for Fox, I think it's going to be Alita.
Alita for Fox. Yeah.
For sure, because that's just about to come out.
Do you think Lionsgate will have anything?
I don't know what Lionsgate has that.
Hellboy. Cold Pursuit.
John Wick 3 is
they're not
Cold Pursuit comes out.
They're
first.
not. A TV spot for the Super Bowl costs more than Cold Pursuit.
Is gonna make.
Yeah, so
Lionsgate's probably sitting out because I don't
Lionsgate's
see
gonna
any
sit
of
out.
their product making more than the Super Bowl spot.
I mean, no
costs.
offense, but
I think John Wick 3 will. But
John Wick 3. Well, they just dropped it a few weeks ago too.
no, I know. I don't think they're gonna show it during the Super Bowl, but I think John Wick 3.
Do you think
make...
Hellboy will make
gonna
more
be
than
their
$50 million?
Hellboy? No.
Yeah.
Wait, how much more? I'm sorry.
More than 50
Oh, I thought you said 150.
In its opening or total?
total.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Hellboy.
What else comes out around that time?
It's not a matter of that. Shazam, but it's not a matter of that. It's just Hellboy was never that big of a moneymaker. There's a reason why the original studio for Hellboy 1 and 2 never made a third.
It was never very big, but those movies have gotten a pretty strong cult reputation in the time since. So I feel like,
but I don't know if the
character who wasn't very popular to begin with is coming back. I feel like the purists of the Guillermo del Toro movies are gonna maybe go see it, but they'll be like,
they might be a bit hesitant though.
This isn't the same.
Yeah, I hear a lot.
So I feel like
of skepticism.
I don't think it's gonna be anything big.
What about 5 Feet Apart? No. Okay.
No.
So we really don't actually have that much. I mean, we'll probably pretty much have
the
Disney.
The majority is going to be Disney. Honestly, I think Disney is going to show so much to the point where they're going to start teasing for Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Like I could see them doing a similar thing. No, like really, they're going to.
I agree.
Honestly, they could do a similar thing that HBO did during the Emmys, right? Wasn't that just recently? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Whatever award show there was recently.
Golden Globes.
Golden
where they
Globes,
like
thank
showed
you.
all
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
previews
Emmys.
of their upcoming stuff.
Yeah, it was just like a teaser of all their stuff in 2019. Honestly, they could do a similar thing with.
Was it just Game of Thrones?
Not that much Game of Thrones,
Westworld.
honestly.
They only show like 5 seconds of each one of them,
yeah.
but
They could do a similar thing with Disney Plus. I mean, you don't have to advertise it completely because it's not coming out yet, but even little tease because it's going to come out later this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how big Disney's going to be in this.
Could be, yeah.
say we see like 3 Disney movies and then 1 from Universal and then 1 from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I just don't see there being more than like 5, like maybe 6 movies spots.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be an overload of movie after movie commercial. Like they usually aren't, but still though, there's always a few big blockbusters that try to make their mark for the later part of the year. One more thing. What do you guys think of Star Wars? Do you think they're going to drop anything then? No?
I'm pretty sure it's already confirmed Star Wars is sitting out the Super
Did they
Bowl.
confirm it? Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't think they're going to do anything for Star Wars until the holiday corridor.
Yeah.
I
think they're going to let Endgame do all of its thing. And then after
we're
that...
we're back to J.J. Abrams, and he's just so, secretive. And this is the final one. So they're going to not put anything out there.
Not even like a small voiceover with a title shown or nothing?
No, and I think they're just going to build anticipation and build and build and build.
Yeah. Do you guys then
like
think
they did with Force Awakens?
So probably, when is Star Wars Celebration? Because I was thinking either it's Super Bowl or Star Wars Celebration when they do it.
Is that the same as May the 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
May 4th? Is that when
I
it
think
is?
it's...
Oh. I'm an idiot. Why am I writing this article?
I don't think they won't have anything by then either. I've been watching them.
Wow, you don't even think by then?
I don't think so either.
I'm hoping that they have...
For Star Wars Celebration?
No, I don't think
They're
so.
probably going to focus on the Mandalorian show, all of the different series, maybe like a new video game. Well, they just canceled another one, but they have a bunch of other smaller projects that they're probably going to focus on.
Yep.
And then maybe they'll be like, give a release date for the announcement of the title or something. Because that's something they could totally do.
I'm hoping that they maybe have something by D23, which is in August. That's kind of one reason why.
Wow, you guys are thinking it's going to wait that long?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Wow.
Okay. Don't you remember?
I'm a little more
when
optimistic.
Force
I'm very optimistic.
I think they're also
came
they're
out
trying
and people were like, "When are we going to get info?
Yeah.
When are we going to get info? People kept like begging for something, and every opportunity, nothing came up, and nothing came up.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens trailer dropped on Thanksgiving, or like around Thanksgiving.
The first one, because that was a year out from its release. I remember.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
They don't. No, I think it was closer.
No, I know it was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I
think it was a year beforehand.
Yeah, it was
but
a year.
That was a bit different. That was bringing Star Wars back. And this, I think they're really trying to combine their remedy for the Star Wars fatigue that they were kind of suffering with the marketing.
Good point.
So, they kind of want to stretch that just no Star Wars anything for as long as they can, so that they minimize the chance of people being like, oh, another one, because
that's good. That is a good
point. They took a big blow from that. And it's Star Wars, they're going to hold off. The trailer's probably going to be amazing. And then they drop and people are like, oh my God, I'm so ready now. My body is ready.
Well, I said I was suspiciously optimistic in my article, but I'm way more optimistic than I thought I was then.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking either Super Bowl or
shocked.
Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, I would be really
I'll be patiently waiting.
As you should. As we all should.
Let JJ do his thing. And we'll get a nice teaser. That's
they just
all I
finished. Didn't the guy who plays C-3PO just wrap his character?
Anthony Daniels did, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if they even have footage available for a trailer at this point with special effects and everything.
It could be reshoots, though. Like, I'm sure they have some things.
They're taking their time with this one.
Yeah, as they should, though.
And the whole Carrie Fisher thing, too. Who knows how how complicated that process is.
What they've had to do to rework that now.
Having her interact with people who, recorded their lines after she passed. I don't know how they're going to do that, but...
they can probably find a way. I'm there with you guys that I won't mind it being stretched out farther, so that way we can still get over the Star Wars fatigue, because I am totally fine with not talking about Star Wars for a while longer. I just am more optimistic about it, I guess.
I think they're going to concentrate on this end of Marvel.
Yeah. No,
I think that's their focus right now.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Getting Captain Marvel out, getting Endgame done, and then moving on to Sony's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Homecoming 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's Far From Home this year.
Yeah. July 4th, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought that they'd want to have a big gap between Endgame
and I think
the
they
next
were.
thing.
I think they were upset with Sony when they announced. Yeah, when they announced Spider-Man, because it took away from the idea that Spider-Man comes back. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he had been doing talk shows and stuff way before that too, but you know, it's kind of inevitable. You can't really build up this big epic thing without also having to market the next thing, so people are just.
Well, especially when you have two studios that
Yeah.
own separate things but are trying to work together. Like one wants to plan it out differently than the other, for sure. Because Spider-Man's it's a money maker.
I just thought, you know, because Endgame is the end of Marvel as we know it right now, before they're totally changed, whatever.
Excuse me.
So you would think that maybe they would think a little breathing room would be good. But
You think?
can't stop the train.
No. Never.
Choo choo, money making.
Do you guys have any other predictions?
No. I predict that I'm going to eat a lot of food.
I predict I'm going to drink a lot of beer.
I can't drink. I can't drink as much beer as I want to. I'm going over to my parents' house too to watch it on their TV because we don't have cable.
Yeah.
So I'll have my kids and my parents there.
Might need to be on your best behavior.
Probably need to be the adult in the room.
Yeah.
You can still do that and just pound them back.
Be like, I
Just
need
be
to go
quick.
lay down,
Yeah.
mommy. Take care of the boys.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Do you guys then want to talk about all this DC news that
Yes.
dropped yesterday?
Yeah, we'll finish off
Yay.
with the DC.
Go ahead. Let us know what happened,
Well,
Eric.
which one should we start with?
We should probably start with Wednesday.
The Batmans.
Matt Reeves had an interview with a Hollywood Reporter and dropped a little bit of details on the Batman. He pretty much says the working title right now is The Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
I like it. I
I like it too.
I like the title for sure.
Since the Tim Burton one, we haven't just had.
The
I
Batman.
mean, there's Batman Begins, I guess, but like, you know, it's a simple title. It works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a little silly. It's kind of how I have a inside joke and we call Google the Googles. So I just think of that every time I say the Batman.
You know, it is funny, you know, when you have these franchises that run for so long, and then you like, if you like write out the titles of each of the movies, and then you just start listing them off, you know, Batman, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, and then all of a sudden it changes, like, oh, The Dark Knight,
Batman Rises,
Batman versus
the
Superman,
Batman,
and then
the Batman,
the
and Co,
Batman.
or, yeah,
Batman,
had like
like we're
20
starting
Batmans,
over.
but this one is the Batman.
Yep, he's still Batman. So he dropped details on it, that being the working title. He explained that it's going to be a noir detective story that's going to involve quite a bit of the Rogues Gallery. And
What's
thinks
the Rogues Gallery?
The Rogues Gallery is just a shorter name for Batman's villains. Like, they're going to be going deep into his archives and see what villains that maybe haven't been used that they could pull up. Because he's probably the number one superhero with like the biggest
He has
Rogue
my favorite
Gallery.
villains.
Oh yeah, if you just look at like their C-list villains, even they have like some great history and background behind them.
Clayface.
Clayface would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So he dropped that news, and he said that he was thinking it's going to be a 2021 release. And he also brought up an interesting point that we've all been speculating for a while, that he hasn't talked to any of the other directors of like Aquaman or Birds of Prey or Shazam. He's been focused on writing, directing, or just writing the script for the Batman. And basically he kind of confirmed that they're all standalone stuff. There's nothing that's really can connect them.
It's
They're
kind of been
gonna
in
do
the
their
air,
own individual stories. I just thought it was nice that he brought that to light, because we've been all thinking that for a while, and,
Yeah, it's like DC seems to be
and
moving
Warner
away
has
from
explained
this.
that a bit too.
From the sounds of it, Aquaman was pretty standalone.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems completely standalone.
Did you
so
ever
I think-
see Aquaman?
No.
Oh, you never did? Oh, I did not know that.
What?
No, I didn't see it.
Just
I know
rented at
I've
this
been
point.
sick and ill, but I saw it.
That is true. Makes a good point.
I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen it.
No, you haven't.
After that
You haven't
5-minute
seen
extended
anything.
trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really
Maybe
funny.
I'll get around to it.
I mean, it's still in
It's so
theaters.
sad now. There's so much action. You missed it on the big screen.
It does look great on the big screen.
I'm sure.
I'm not
still there, isn't
I'm
it?
not upset with you. Like
I'm upset
it's
with
all
you.
good.
That was a big film at Christmas. You should have seen it.
I mean, yeah, I saw it. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, no. What'd you go see? You saw Mary Queen of Scots or
Ugh. I saw The Favorite, Mary Queen of Scots, and The Favorite.
Eric?
Man,
What?
Eric.
brutal.
Gosh. Mary Queen of Scots over Aquaman.
My grandma wanted to see Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah, you gotta that kind of
Feel like
overrules
grandma,
things.
trust me, you're gonna want to see Aquaman instead.
You're gonna want to see Jason Momoa.
Yeah. You'll probably enjoy him way more. Than
Yeah, I'm sure it's a good movie, but I don't know. It's a long movie.
gosh.
Long superhero movies.
It really isn't that long.
Yes, it is. It's like
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
It's pretty
It doesn't
long.
feel that long when you're in it.
They always feel that long.
A
No,
little
they
long.
never. This one didn't. This one didn't.
Okay.
I'm on the opposite side. I don't know how to argue that. So anyway,
So yeah, no, I did not see it.
after
Yeah, it's basically nice. He confirmed that DC is like, okay, well, shared universe thing didn't really work for
Yeah.
us. Let's just
Individual
focus on making
projects.
good movies.
yeah, let the creatives tell their own stories, which is great. That's awesome. I love that that's in a weird way kind of confirming things.
I like that they're doing that because Marvel doesn't do that and they don't let any creatives have any leeway. I mean, everybody says, well, Taika Waititi did.
Yeah, they
his
bring them in
thing.
and they're like, okay, we appreciate you. We love your creativity. We love your vision.
Yeah.
Here's our list of 3,000 bullet points that you need to hit.
Yeah.
But other than that,
If
Go-
in
go
between
crazy.
these you can find some wiggle room, you're allowed to do that. Don't get too crazy though.
Well,
Tamp it down. Tamp
I-
that creativeness down.
I agree. This is gonna work a lot better for DC moving forward. I think it is counter programming kind of what Marvel's doing, and also they kind of just need it after everything bad that's happened to them so far. So anyway, after that nice interview that happened, the next day Warner's literally dropped,
the next day.
yeah,
Less
Warner's
than 24
dropped
hours.
some news about the Batman, and they confirmed that Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. They're gonna find a new Batman.
A younger
face.
And they
Batman.
slated a
Ageism
release
at its
date
finest.
in 2021. I'm trying to find the release
What's
date
wrong
now.
with old Batman? He can't be a detective.
June 25th, 2021 is its release date. So it is coming out in 2021. It's going to be a new Batman, and it's going to be exactly what Matt Reeves described it to be.
Younger Batman.
I'm trying to count all the Batmans we've had now.
5.
Adam West,
Kevin Conroy.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Are we counting Kevin
I'm
Conroy?
talking about movies. Live action.
Kevin Conroy, because
represented.
he had that animated movie.
Live action
live
faces.
action.
Live action human
George
It
faces.
was like,
Clooney.
all right, fine.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. Oh, I love Val Kilmer. He was a good one. George Clooney.
Yeah, it's okay.
He was a good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's what I liked about him. He was a
Yeah.
good Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah. Okay. Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like, did it just go right into
Yeah,
Christian
it was
Bale?
because they
Christian
waited
Bale,
a while.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because George Clooney like killed the.
He
killed
did
the
with his
franchise.
nipples on his bat suit.
Then we
Killed
had
the franchise.
Ben
That's
Affleck, and now
classic.
we have whoever else they go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
7 Batmen.
And if we're counting live action, there's also the Gotham version.
Yeah.
That kid hasn't become Batman yet, though.
Yet, I don't know.
I think
don't
this
watch
season he
Gotham,
might, but this is the last season.
so he probably will. Anyway, I was just making a joke.
It's a lot of Batmen.
So I mean,
How many Supermans have there been?
Christopher
Christopher Reeves.
Smallville.
There was a bunch of live action TV
Yeah.
Superman. But
But I
for
can't
movies, I
think
think
of
it was
Dean
just Christopher Reeves. It was this Christopher Reeves. Then it was what's that guy's name?
Brandon Roth?
Brandon
Brandon
Roth.
Routh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brandon. That guy. And
He
then
did
I went to
fine.
Henry. I'm pretty sure.
So Superman was more of we got a lot of TV ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really serialized
Terry
Superman
Hatcher
more.
and Dean Cain. I remember that TV show. Watching that one.
Was that like Lois and Clark?
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
Adventures
was
of
those.
Superman.
The Adventures of Superman and Lois Lane or whatever. it was.
Lois and Clark.
Yeah, it was
Aw.
that one.
That was a good one. And he did always like pull his Superman suit underneath.
Well, you have to.
I know. I liked how they didn't really do that with Henry Cavill's Superman. He didn't just pull clothes off. It was Superman. It was
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to see just like dun, 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 dun.
They don't
Justice
have phone
League,
booths
right? Didn't
anymore.
that happen
That's
in
why they
Justice
couldn't
League?
do it. But in the 90s, they still have phone booths, so it worked for Dean Cain.
Oh yeah. I miss phone booths. But anyways, yeah, younger Batman, focusing on the detective.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's still gonna
detective
punch
angle,
bad guys in the
perfect.
face, but I want to see a lot more of that. Where he's the world's greatest detective.
Yeah,
Never
let's see the detective
outside
stuff.
of like the bullet reconstruction scene from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You don't really see a whole lot of him detecting things.
I mean, they tried in Batman Forever with that stupid Enigma clue. Do you remember that? Where they're like, "Who is this
Was
guy?"
Forever the Val Kilmer one?
Mr.
Yeah.
Enigma. Mr. Enigma. It's Jim Carrey. Like, and then that movie's just crazy in itself. But yeah,
Jim
they
Carrey
need
was such a good Riddler too.
They need to. Well, I mean, for what the movie was, yeah.
Right.
But
I think I have a little nostalgic love for that movie.
I'm starting to think you're right.
I know I saw it, but I only saw it once, and I just have like this vague flashback of just an
I had
image
Nicole
of
Kidman
like,
in it too.
there's like a white
poor
staircase or
Nicole
something,
Kidman.
and Two-Face is there because Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I swear that there's like he's like shooting
caused-
people or something.
It
They're on a
caused
staircase.
the
That's all I
hatred of
remember.
Jim Carrey onto him.
Oh yeah,
That movie did. Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones is known to be kind of
A grumpy cat.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Grump cat reincarnated.
and who knows
But
what
he
Jim
hates
Carrey
Jim
is like.
Carrey.
So
I could see that. Like Jim Carrey's probably like weird and crazy, and he was like way into character. I'm sure when he was on set, because you got to be to get into that.
Well.
I mean, I didn't see that come across in the Riddler.
No.
It just looked like Jim Carrey wearing
Being-
tight clothes.
Wearing
Yeah.
a unitard.
It literally
Question
was just
marks?
a unitard.
He had like a fedora or something, like some kind of hat and a cane.
But yeah, I mean, it's sad for Ben Affleck because I liked him. I liked
Oh,
him a
man.
lot.
I really
I
liked
mean,
Ben Affleck.
I do.
I
I do really think he
I
was
like the old
great.
Batman take. Ben Affleck was the best parts of his 2 movies.
2-3 movie stint or whatever it was, and it would have been really cool to see his spin on Batman when he was going to write and direct it, because he loves Batman so much, and I would have loved to see his version of it. But in the end, like, this makes sense for the direction that DC is going in, as well as for his personal health as well. That it makes sense to give it the reins to Matt Reeves, who is going to be really good for this, I believe.
Yeah,
And
I don't doubt
A
it. It'll be
younger
great.
Batman's probably a good way to go now.
I just didn't like how the only thing I didn't like about Ben Affleck's Batman was how he hated Superman. Like I hated that storyline.
Well, they didn't
Well,
write
that's just
that
the
well.
writing. Yeah, that's
No,
just that's.
it was so terrible.
So
I feel-
hypocritical.
yeah, I feel like Ben Affleck could have his Batman character. I wanted to see an old Batman, but not an old Batman that hates Superman. So I
Yeah.
feel like there still could be more.
I want to see an old Batman
there.
who looked at Superman like, kids these days.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh,
You
you
have
make
so
me
much
tired.
to learn.
You make me tired. Where's all that energy coming from?
he just goes and takes
Like
a
I do with
nap.
my kids. I'm like I can't do this.
But
But
the
he
other
was,
DC,
but he was great.
we'll miss you.
We'll miss you. Thank you
Yep.
for the hard work that you tried to make.
You
those
deserve better
so
movies.
Great. You deserved a lot better. Like he did get the short end of the stick towards the end, but
I'm gonna have to go
This
watch that
direction's-
sad Ben Affleck video again. It's the best video.
this direction does seem like it will be better out in the long run. And I'm curious to see who they're gonna cast as Batman now.
Yeah. We'll
Okay,
have to
no
wait
one
and
has
see.
no one has guesses right
No.
now. Okay, I was leaning that off.
I'm hoping that it's
All right, cool,
an unknown
cool.
person. I'm hoping it's not like Leonardo DiCaprio is Batman. It's Detective Batman.
I don't think Leo will ever do the superhero thing.
Leo.
I never
No, he
thought
doesn't
Jake
need to.
Gyllenhaal would, but here we are.
I could see
Mysterio.
Jake Gyllenhaal doing it.
After Prince of Persia, I wasn't sure.
Well, I always forget about that.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, he would have been a great Batman.
He probably
too.
was like, "Oh, I don't know," and they're like, "This is what you look like in the Mysterio suit." And he's like, "Okay, yeah.
He's like, well, of course I'll do it.
How can I not?"
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one of my top choices right now is, I don't know if you guys watch. Well, I don't know if Eric watches Punisher or not, but the villain in
I don't watch superhero shows.
Punisher. Oh, all right, fair enough. Hurt a little. That's
Sounded
fine.
a little harsh.
yeah, hurt my feelings.
I
But
watched
whatever.
I watched Daredevil season 1,
Oh, you should keep watching.
but I haven't watched
tried
like
to watch-
Arrow or
I tried to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
Agents
the
of
first
S.H.I.E.L.D.
season
Oh, first
was
season's
so
rough.
bad.
It's rough.
It just turned me off. I was like, no, this
I don't
is
blame you
stupid.
at all.
This is not what I signed up for.
The show has gotten better, but I don't blame you at all.
Yeah.
Season 1 is
I
rough.
feel like
anyway,
with network television budgets, superhero shows are kind
yeah, they're
of hard to watch.
yeah. I totally get that.
Like I
but-
tried watching an episode of The Flash. I was like,
I
could
don't
maybe
blame you.
get into Gotham. It just was too dark for my tastes.
Sure.
But what were
So
you
you
saying?
definitely haven't seen Punisher. Anyway, the villain in
No, I'm not going to see Punisher. I have Ken watch Punisher for me.
the villain in Punisher is a really good actor, and I think he could have been, or he could be a good choice for Batman. But that was just my one that I wanted to throw out, and I thought you guys had ideas too. But
Who was?
No, I mean,
I want Joseph Gordon-Levitt because he was supposed to be Batman.
I thought you wanted a no name, an unknown.
He is pretty. Like, what has he been in lately?
That's
I feel
true.
like he's sunk back
he has
into.
disappeared.
I've missed him.
Yeah.
I miss him.
I haven't seen him
actively.
since that skyscraper movie, the tightrope one.
Oh, I thought you meant Skyscraper.
No.
Yeah, I was like, he
what?
wasn't in that.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt cameo in Skyscraper?
Man, I wish.
Now
that
I have a
would've
reason
been
to
awesome.
watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man on Wire. Or Wire.
Whatever it was.
The
yeah.
Walk is what the movie was called.
Yeah,
Man on
that's the
Wire was
one.
the documentary.
Yeah, he's disappeared, but no, I don't want him as Batman.
Well, but he would make the good detective because he was a police officer.
I mean, sure, but
Let's go to the next DC thing.
Yeah.
all right, fine. Since you guys don't have any fun predictions, no, I'm kidding.
Mine was fun. Gosh.
No,
Yeah.
that was really funny. Mine was fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
I came up with a prediction on the spot out of nowhere.
Timothy
Joseph
Chalamet.
Gordon-Levitt.
That's my
as
prediction.
Robin. Yes,
No,
I'm all
as,
in
as
on-
Batman.
as Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe Nightwing. Robin just sounds like such a funny name. I like Nightwing.
Nightwing sounds
better.
way goofier than Robin to me.
What? No, it sounds like, I don't know,
Sounds
dark
like
and like
edgy.
edgier. Like
Yeah, but
emo
edgy's-
Robin
edgy's
is
not a
Nightwing.
isn't usually a good thing.
It's like in the Lego movie where she keeps changing her name. I was Robin. Now I'm Nightwing.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
they're making fun of
I'll
that.
be Blackhawk next.
The other news that Warner's also dropped, that Warner's also dropped was that, to no one's surprise, James Gunn will direct Suicide Squad 2.
Is in talks to direct it.
I think it's a
Yeah,
done
yeah.
It's a done deal.
Yeah.
You don't give him like,
See, I
we're
always
just going to
forget, 'cause
test the water and let
when
you
we
write
first-
this.
Yeah, go ahead and write this for us, but we'll figure out the directing
Yeah,
later.
it's not
No,
like you have the
he's
credentials.
director.
I keep forgetting that when we first talked about this,
Yeah.
him being brought on to write it, he was just gonna write it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably
I'm
always
sure
gonna direct it, but
That they said that to gauge the reaction, like to gauge any
Test the waters.
backlash. And when they didn't get
there's
any,
never gonna be any.
and it was all
backlash.
positive, they're like,
They're gonna be like,
we're
yeah,
gonna move forward.
get him and stick it to Marvel.
Yeah, everybody was pissed. They're like, yeah, finally.
Well, what better way
Poetic
to
justice.
what better way to make your own version of Guardians of the Galaxy than hiring the director that did it first?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
I
they
mean,
desperately,
they wanted to do that in the first
embarrassingly tried to
place.
do with that abomination.
Yeah, that was rough. I also feel bad for David Ayer because I think he could have made a really gritty story, and it just got blown out of proportion.
Warner's does have an issue where higher up executives interfere, and I'm sure that that's what happened. With
I'm sure that's
Oh,
part of it.
without a doubt.
But also, it's. I don't know. It's
But they
it's
always
always
in-
really easy to blame, like, oh, the studio meddled with my stuff, which is very common.
Right.
And I'm not saying that didn't happen, but also, like, who knows if maybe this was just, I don't know, he just didn't have a very good take on it from the beginning.
I do think the story that he created with the stuff with Enchantress and the big beam in the sky, I do think that was all him, and
Yeah.
was he
Terrible.
and I do think he regrets that. I think looking back, he does know that he probably should have scaled it down more than
Yeah.
what he was doing.
I just wanted to
But
be
I
like
think-
an extraction
But
movie.
I think everything else that was the problem was also from the studio.
Yeah.
It was just the
It's
writing
just
that
a
was
bad
David Ayer's.
combination.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just excited to see another James
And
Gunn
the
thing.
working title is
The Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squads.
the
the
Suicide
Googles.
Squad and the Batman.
Well, they're calling this a relaunch and not a sequel, so it makes sense to not call it Suicide Squad 2. So, I mean,
As
what
a
other
relaunch-
name-
Suicide Squad.
I
They
don't know
said
anything
relaunch.
about Suicide Squad, like comics and stuff. Is Suicide Squad at all like the Avengers, where there's kind of like a rotating cast of people
Yeah.
who are in the Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there a lot of them? Are they gonna have trouble finding new characters,
Well,
or are they
they-
just
No,
gonna
I don't
recast
think-
the characters
I don't
from
think
the
they're
first one?
going to have trouble at all. I think they can easily find some new
Because
characters.
they killed two of them.
Well, they
Did they?
didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I remember they killed that one guy instantly.
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then,
Slipknot?
that was
Yeah.
his name.
and then what was the
Oh.
the fire guy? He dies.
No, he comes back.
I thought he died.
No, he dies.
Did he die? Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Did he like sacrifice himself or
Yeah,
something?
he did.
For reasons. I don't. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, they can
He
easily.
It was in
find,
vain. He sucks.
They say that they're gonna find all new actors to play new characters. Maybe they'll bring back Harley or Deadshot or something.
Maybe it's like a cameo.
Yeah, maybe. But for the most part, it's going to be a new squad, and I think that's perfectly fine. They're going to find a bunch of B, C-list villains that are part of Suicide Squad, or they can just throw in anyway.
I mean, James Gunn knows how to make people fall in love with B, C tier.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Jai Courtney in that
Oh, that's
film,
his best role ever.
It was so good. I just...
Who is he?
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, and he...
With the unicorn stuffed...
thing that he kept, this animal.
Pretty questionable
I just liked
stuff that he did with
and he
it,
always
probably.
could try to steal things.
Yeah, see, that was stupid. I don't like that.
You gotta admit, that's his best role.
What other roles has he had?
I mean, he's been in bad stuff like Genesis and what else has
He's in a upcoming film that's alternative content film, and I can't remember what it's called, but he plays a father figure, an Australian father on the beach. What is that? And they rehabilitate these birds.
Oh. Yeah, we saw the trailer for that.
We saw the trailer for that. That looked really good.
I don't know.
That looked like his best performance.
I just hated that character, and that whole unicorn thing was just the most tacked on. Let's
unicorn
give him a
thing
running gag.
I liked it.
A good day to die
It's
hard.
almost as bad as the what's the thing in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that's not ripe?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nebula, she's like, give me a bite of that. And they're like, no, it's not ripe.
The fruit. I don't know. I honestly don't know what.
It's a terrible running gag. But the unicorn was like even worse.
Yeah, the unicorn thing was bad. But he's been in bad stuff such as A Good Day to Die Hard, Terminator Genesis, Divergent. He does not have a good filmography.
He was the kind of bad guy in Divergent.
I haven't seen that, but it's probably better than Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's the poor guy can't catch a break. Like he just does not have.
He's a new agent.
He does need a new agent. Hopefully he got a new one, and that's how he got that bird movie that you were talking about.
Yeah, you think the Suicide Squad would have been a big... And I enjoyed his character. I don't know what you guys... You're so picky.
I'm telling
It just doesn't work. It's so obviously like he was probably written as just another background character who didn't kind of forget about. But then they're like, let's give him a little thing. Let's give him a unicorn.
And what was fun?
And isn't Deadpool's thing? Doesn't he have a thing with unicorns, anyways?
Sure, I don't know.
In his little cartoon thing, he did.
But I don't know. And then they try and make it like sexual, and it's like, well,
yeah, they made it very
funny.
Sexual.
I don't know. It just seemed really tacked on, random.
I wonder if we watched the same movies, experience them the same way.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't. No, but at least James Gunn is gonna turn this around for Suicide Squad, give it another chance. Hopefully he understands like how this comic series is structured, like what makes it so good.
Oh, I have no doubt he does.
Be able to throw in that Guardians of the Galaxy mix that they're really dying to have in here.
And stick it to Disney.
Yeah. I'm excited. I was actually when I read that, I like came out of my office. I'm like, he's gonna actually direct. I was very excited. So I am very excited.
And
about
I think
this.
a lot of people are excited for this.
Yeah, I'm more excited for this than I am for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Like,
just because he's not.
I just didn't like what they did with 2, and now he's not involved. And
we have different opinions on 2.
I hate 2.
2 is my favorite Marvel movie, MCU movie.
Not Spider-Verse.
It's not MCU.
Wow, you're right.
Come on, Cody. Canon.
I hate it, so it's garbage to me.
My God,
Suicide Squad is garbage.
No, I would watch Suicide Squad so many more times.
Oh my God.
I will never watch Guardians 2
again.
This
is melting my brain.
You will never
watch
Suicide
James
Squad
Gunn.
again.
I don't blame him. I think it
but
was
he wrote it and directed it.
I know. I don't really blame
fault.
him.
It's the whole thing is his
misfire.
creation.
It was just a misfire. I can't blame him because he came out. He made those characters really, really good, and the characters individually in that were good. It was just.
But he wrote all the characters. He wrote all their interaction. He wrote the dialogue.
Dumb.
He wrote the scenes.
Ego is dumb.
Ego's just.
I wanted a different story.
The whole movie is about loneliness and finding family. It's about family.
No.
It does have
Ego is about
Diesel just
trying to take over the universe.
Yeah, he takes over the universe because he's lonely and he just can't admit it.
It actually is a lot deeper than you think.
Fast and Furious?
No,
Guardians. No, I know Guardians too. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I give you.
It's a nice break. It's a refreshing break from just MCU connecting to everything because it doesn't tie into anything else really.
No, and that's fine. That's not why I didn't like it. I just didn't like
it's just
Ego.
like a nice. It's like a road bump.
And I
or
love me
a
some
pit
Kurt
stop.
Russell, and I don't blame him because he was good as human version of Ego. I just didn't like the whole Ego being Quill's dad. I just did not like that at all. I will never watch that anymore. And I didn't
Wait, you didn't like him being his dad in general, or him being evil?
I didn't like him being his dad, and I didn't like him being evil.
If he's not his dad, what's the story?
That his dad should have been Jason.
Who's Jason?
Like he was the king of another intergalactic.
Oh, that character.
Alien.
What's his name? Yeah,
and that he was like a protector, and he was in a war, and that's why he couldn't come back. So
you hate the movie because you don't like the character's egos.
That he's Quill's dad. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that all because there's this really powerful scene in the first one.
it changes canon in the comics, but it's not a glaring issue for myself personally.
It for me, like there was this really amazing scene, the first one where his mother is dying on her deathbed, and she's like.
Yeah.
Talking about his father, and she's like, "You're just like your father, this pure light, like of goodness, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, "That's where he really gets it from." And then you come to find out he's this like planet that's evil, and I'm like, "That's not."
It's sad. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that
It kind of helps make the movie.
Ego's a butthole.
It kind of helps drive the point home of the movie for me.
Yeah, that's why I like
personally.
it. I like the movie because all of the.
I wanted his dad to be this like ancient alien that is good and wholesome and is a protector, and
Can't get what you
that
always
just
want.
couldn't get to him. And that's the tragedy of it, that he couldn't be the dad there.
That
You
just
gotta take the movie for what you're given.
No,
It,
no,
it
I
just-
want what I want.
It kind of sounds like more of a personal gripe than a bad part of the movie.
And that's just
honestly.
one part of the movie.
Just from what
That's
I'm.
the
I
main-
wouldn't call
that's
the
the whole
movie.
thing.
I wouldn't call the movie trash
It's trash.
because of that.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I mean that Eric does make a
Garbage
good point. Like that's
storytelling.
not what. Yeah, I've got it with Eric on this. I mean that it's fine. Like I
do
just
like
don't
the
get it.
Yondu thing, but I'm sad he died. Like that almost
That was the
makes
best
me
part of the
sad.
movie.
Yeah,
though.
that part really
But
worked.
I
got
don't
to me.
hate the movie because of that. I think that was beautiful and poignant, and just I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
But
I
other than
liked-
that, it's trash.
Yeah, and I like the whole concept of like, I'm not your father, but I'm still your daddy. Like I love
May have been your
that.
father, boy.
That was
But
a
ain't
great
your
line.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
James Gunn is good at
Yes.
that type of thing.
That's
and
why
honestly,
I don't hate him for this. I just think it was just a misfire, and I don't. So I'm getting enough of Marvel and Guardians that I can throw that one away and be like, let's just pretend like that one never happened.
I love it.
I don't know what else. Yeah, I don't know what else to say there.
So because that one, I don't know. I'm just not excited for more Guardians now.
I mean, I'm not as excited as I would
Gamora's
be.
dead.
'Cause, you
Quill's
know.
heartbroken. It's just. I
mean,
don't know
like-
if they're gonna bring
Oh, yeah,
her
she is
back.
dead.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope they don't.
you were so cool.
I
Gosh,
don't know why I thought that was.
keep her dead.
I just look over you and you just had this dead expression, being like, "Sure."
if there's gonna be
kill her.
another
Yeah.
Guardians movie, they have to have something. They have to have some direction to take Quill's character. If they bring her
Yeah.
back, he's just back to exactly where he
You
was.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
that's a good
okay with
point.
her staying dead. I'm okay with it. Sad, but
That part
I think
you're
if-
okay with, but not
yeah,
the-
because I think
Wow.
everybody that died on screen stays dead. Like
Yeah, okay.
that, not just float away pieces.
Oh,
but
you mean
like
like
that
physical
was
dead
Like
dead?
physical
physically
dead.
Yeah,
Do you see her corpse down there?
You do.
Okay.
yeah, you do.
Don't you remember? And her legs.
Oh, it's like all
vultured.
contorted.
That part
Yeah.
surprised me for sure. I was like, "Wow, jeez, all right, cool."
Yeah, so it's like confirmation she died at the bottom of that mountain.
Yeah. Any-
Super dead.
Anyway, I mean, we love James Gunn here so much. Obviously,
Yeah.
like we think he has a great style that he brought out of Guardians, and if you can put that back in Suicide Squad,
Hopefully, he does something a
Awesome.
little bit different, though. You know,
Oh, for
you don't
sure.
want him to just do Guardians 3, but call it Suicide Squad 2.
yeah,
Um,
the characters just accidentally called him like Star Lord.
I'm sure he'll.
Star
No,
Lord.
I have faith.
mean,
I have faith in him. I
Deadshot.
just it's something that everybody's kind of gonna think about for a little bit.
Yeah,
I think it'll be good. I think that obviously Suicide Squad seems to be Earth based, so it'll be interesting to see an Earth based superhero film. Maybe that's why I like Suicide Squad, the first one, so much too, because it just takes place here.
Do you like it so much?
I do.
Would you say so much?
Yeah.
have you watched it recently?
I don't. You haven't. When
Yeah,
was the last
I
time you
was-
watched it?
When I was sick. And at home, I put it on. Like,
did you put it on and then like were you like on your phone and it was just kind of on in the background, or were you like watch? I just don't
might
understand.
fast forward through a few parts.
You were sick.
But that's just me because I'm impatient.
Yeah.
What
Well,
was
if you want to fast
one?
forward through a movie, then it's probably not very good.
I also watched Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley, Matthew McFadden. That's my Pride and Prejudice. So when I was really sick, I watched that one too. I was like, I'm going to take a nap, but I ended up watching
What
that.
a double feature.
If I was sick and I watched Suicide Squad, that would make me so much more sick.
I was going to say, she
Really?
watched it while being...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
like
would
the
go on for
music
even
and
longer
I like
than...
the characters.
music?
And, yeah,
It was all over
for
the
some
place.
reason I enjoyed the music in it.
Characters
like
are
Venom.
non-existent.
I mean, it's a fun soundtrack.
If
Like,
you just listen
it's a fun
to it.
playlist. Like, that's really what it is. It's a
Yeah,
fun
it works as a
playlist.
playlist. If I just went and saved those songs into like a Spotify playlist,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it.
But throughout the movie, it was just
It's just
tossed
so
in
obviously
there
like,
that
oh,
you're just like,
Guardians of
what
the
is-
Galaxy. They put pop songs. Here, just put this one in there.
Yeah.
Let's play it for like 14 seconds, but then let's cut to this pop song.
Eminem, throw
we'll play
Eminem
that
in
here.
I liked how Joker like cared about Harley Quinn. Like that was his Achilles heel.
Oh, he doesn't care.
I know he doesn't care, but I liked in this version that he did.
He didn't.
He wanted her back. He came
He wanted
for
her back so that he could control her more.
Yeah.
Joker.
I
Joker's not coming back. It doesn't
No.
matter.
No, but I'm just saying the parts that I enjoyed about it are. I tend to like every once
we're
in a
never gonna
while
understand
movies
this.
that just bomb so bad and are just apparently terrible.
It didn't even bomb.
Not apparent.
Like, not money wise.
I mean,
What
it's
was the last one that-
it's an Academy Award winning film. You can never forget that. You
I
can
love
never
that
forget
joke
that.
so
I know.
God.
That will never get old.
What did
Academy
it win
Award-
for?
Makeup.
Best
Makeup?
makeup.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you don't have to say that.
Its
You can just
makeup
call
was
it the
good.
Academy Award winning Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ignore it. Can't ignore it. So that was the news that came from Warner Bros. And
Oof,
I
that was a
liked
tangent.
Yeah, it was a major tangent, but I like all the news. It seems like it's a good
Yeah.
direction. Hope
I'm
they keep it
excited
up.
for the summer.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get back into the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's really going to pick up till Captain Marvel, but after that, we're off and running with
No, yeah, this weekend it's still pretty slow. I think it's like what?
Miss Bala?
Miss
Oh,
Bala.
yeah.
Just Miss Bala. And then next week,
we have Cold Pursuit, Lego Movie 2.
oh my
Right.
gosh, I'm so excited for
I'm probably
Lego.
gonna see both of those.
I will see Lego for sure.
I miss Liam Neeson.
And then What Men Want.
Is that next weekend?
Yep. And then
Yeah.
and then midweek we've got Isn't It Romantic
Oh yeah,
and
because
Alita
Yeah.
of Valentine's.
and Happy Death Day too.
People are starting to talk about Alita. They saw some screens of it. Able to talk about some.
Its early reviews are not matching up with those really rave Twitter reactions.
Of course not.
I don't know.
I was
Like,
fooled again.
I hear
Twitter.
It's sitting at a nice 50.
I
on
hear great
Metacritic.
things about its visuals, but I hear that it tries to do too much in one movie.
Just tough. It's
Story-wise.
James Cameron and
don't
Robert Rodriguez. Like
I'll have to see it for myself. Who
should be
knows?
really good.
Yeah.
Maybe some people just can't get over the look of the.
It is off-putting those
That-
big eyes.
I think
Well,
it
it's not
was
just
better.
that. I'm not as put off by her like anime face as I am by just all of the other robot people.
Sure.
Because they like have skin, they look like humans, but then
Right.
they extend and like their spinal columns like this big metal thing. And
Real fast. Is Nicholas Holt in this movie? Because whoever that actor is,
I don't know.
whoever the
I don't know
Well,
how that
look.
was so funny to me.
because
Go to
whoever
silverscreeninsider.com and check the actors
It seems to
list.
be popping up in random.
well, there's
movies
just
here
a
and there.
robot that I see in the
I don't think
commercials for
he
that
is.
movie.
They
That's,
got Ajax from Deadpool. He's in there.
maybe that's who it is.
They kind of look. He looks like an older, buffer,
Nicholas Holt.
scarier Nicholas Holt.
I think that's who it is because I keep seeing his face in trailers, and I keep looking at it. I'm like, it's all robot, but just like a normal face. I'm like, is that Nicholas Holt? I
Nicholas
can't-
Is it because is Avs that oh,
Is
what
it
was
Ed
that?
Skrine? Ed Skrine?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his name.
Okay,
He does kind of
they
look.
do
They're
look
both
similar.
English,
Okay.
aren't they?
Is Nicholas Holt English?
Holt is English, yeah.
He's gonna be Tolkien in that.
Yeah, he's gonna
new-
play hot young Tolkien.
That movie will be
Hot young
interesting.
Tolkien.
I think it's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be like he
Wasn't
already played
he
JD.
J.D.
Yeah, he already
Salinger?
played JD Salinger. That movie bombed. I don't even remember what it was called.
I don't remember either. I remember booking it, but I don't remember what the film was called.
I don't know. But I think that's pretty much it.
What is the
Yeah.
What's the movie with the doom buggies in the future? Why can I not think of this?
In the
Is
what?
Nicholas Hoult in it?
Yeah.
Mad Max?
Thank you. Is that why
Dune
you thought
buggies
it
in
was
the
Nicholas
future?
Hoult? Because he looks.
Sorry.
Fury Road.
Yeah,
that's Nicholas Hoult.
What were you saying?
Is that why you thought Nicholas Hoult was in this movie? Because those characters look similar.
Well, I mean, the actors look similar. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I guess not directly because of Mad Max, but just seeing his face, I was like, man, that looks like Nicholas Hoult. But I'm not
Buggies
sure.
in the future.
That's a great like short synopsis.
I mean,
You figured it out, so it's not that far off.
It's just like
Dune buggies.
that's your takeaway from the
I'm
movie.
just thinking of like the one
Guess it
dune
works.
buggy that they're on with the guy banging the drum, and like she calls it a dune buggy.
like
Sorry, guys.
they're like creations with like trucks stacked
Yeah.
on top of jeeps stacked on top of
Whatever,
tanks.
they're like driving through the desert and there's
You
big
know,
tires
dune
and they look
buggy.
like dune buggies.
That's fantastic. I love that.
I
I'm gonna
never
call
saw
it the
that
dune
movie.
buggy movie.
Buggies from the future.
That's not one I wanted to see.
All right. Is that all we have
That's
for
all
today?
we have.
Yeah.
So you can't follow that up.
You cannot follow that up.
Okay.
All right. Well, have a good weekend, everyone. We'll be back next week.
See ya.